burns that passion inside of you. It fuels you, you know?
Yeah.
I almost feel like I don't like need the things that I thought I once needed anymore other than yoga. I really need that.
Hi guys, this is Coffee with the Collective. Today we have the amazing Ace of Spades.
Hey.
This is Aliya, and we are your hosts, Raven and Tamar. We're so excited to have her today. She is multi-talented, entrepreneur, and a fashionista.
Oh my goodness.
Clearly we're both matching in colors today.
Not
Tamar's
planned, you
hair.
guys.
You know, my
this,
hair is matching
that.
the fits, you know.
I can't believe it worked out well. Great minds think alike.
Exactly. So how important is fashion to you?
Honestly, I'd say it's a pretty big role to me. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love my sweats. I love my tracks. I love my hair being in a bun. But I think it's really good to like look good because then you feel good. And I think people take you and you present what better. You know what I mean? Like, I think people can resonate with you when they feel like you're someone that's like pieced together. Not saying that I am all the time, but you know, like it attracts the right type of energy. It puts out that sort of confidence that you really need to guide your day. You know what I mean?
For sure. And you are an injector. You have your own company, Ace of Spades Aesthetics.
Yes.
So how important is image and brand image when it comes to representing yourself?
It is very important. I mean, aesthetics is all about, you know, embracing beauty, highlighting the importance of self-confidence, self-awareness, and that comes from feeling comfortable in your own skin. So yes, you know, you can feel comfortable in jeans or in slacks. You can feel comfortable in a dress or not. Let's be honest, no one's comfortable in heels. If they say they're lying. But, you know, when you feel better, it's something that ties in with aesthetics, right? You look good, you feel better, you're able to be the best version of yourself, I feel. So I think it's really important in my world. And at the same time, I think it's important to, you know, keep it real and be honest with yourself and just say, you know, you're not always on, you're not always glammed up. And that's why I like to not push, but really encourage aesthetics because it's sort of touching on that beauty and what you look like before you have to add all the additional stuff on. Yeah. Sort of having that baseline of comfort and just like holistic awareness and pleasantry.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what got you into this career?
Oh my goodness. That is a deep one. I will tell you. So, you know, growing up in the household that I did, I was trying to figure out what to do with work. And I always wanted to go into business. You know, Mom tells me I like to talk a little bit too much. But, you know, one thing she always said to me growing up was like, you know, why don't you go into healthcare? Like, no matter where you are in the world, like, you'll always have a job. And, you know, I have to tell her she's right because COVID hit and look what happened, right? Like nurses, that's my background. They were the ones that were most in demand. So going into nursing, it felt right. I've always kind of had this niche or need to kind of really want to help people. I don't know what it is. It's my friends sometimes get upset. Like I'm one of those girls that asks like every 5 minutes, are you okay? Do you need anything? Whatever the case. So it's like really like a nurturing thing I need to do. So going into nursing was great. And when I was working in hospitals when I had first started, you know, yes, physical ailment is one thing when you're helping others, but being in that kind of environment, you got to see families, you got to see loved ones that were deteriorating. You got to see how much of an impact mental health and self-awareness and also has on your emotional well-being, your overall, you know, projection of how you feel, who you are. So I thought, you know, how else can I help people in an environment where they're happy and they're still being benefited some way from a healthcare perspective? And, you know, people see like aesthetics, they think lip fillers, Botox, and whatever perception they have of it. But there's a lot of medical science that goes behind it. Like you hit one wrong artery and boom, you're blind. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot that goes to it. So I thought, you know, maybe I can embrace the sciencey side and still tackle the mental health part that's really important to me and try and help people, you know, feel better from the inside, but with beauty, not just, you know, with medication. Mm-hmm. So when I was going into nursing, I'll rewind this back a little bit. I had an incident when I was a little bit younger. I was in high school. And, you know, when you're in high school, you're learning about yourself, you're hitting puberty, you're going to this new stage of life where it's like, not attention, but like, you know, you're learning who you are and you're starting to, you know, go out in the dating world or, you know, we'll call it TikTok now, but, you know, media has a big influence on how you are and how you feel. So as I was going into high school, I had this incident where I experienced awful third-degree burns, like all across my body, and it took such a toll on my self-esteem. And I spent my entire high school like hiding in lunchrooms, hiding behind lockers, like eating lunch in the bathroom. I know, woe is me, but like really, it was tough. Like I thought to myself, like I'm awful. I don't know how I can ever present myself as someone who feels physically appealing. And so tying that into nursing and tying into how I would feel, I was like, how else can we make ourselves feel better with what we have to work with without like getting plastic surgery or, using a filter or whatever the case, but how can we wake up and really feel beautiful? So tie in some trauma, tie in some healthcare experience, and boom, aesthetics.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a story.
Sorry, I know it was a bit of a loaded one there.
No, I love that you shared your story because
Thank you.
when bad things happen, sometimes good comes out of it.
Right,
And that's
yeah.
the situation for you. You made something great out of a lesson that you learned in life or something that you experienced.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to go through hardships in life for something else to bloom.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
everything has to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall. You're going to cry. But at the end of the day, you're going to get up and do better in life.
Right? Absolutely. I
And you're
absolutely
blooming
agree.
now. You're glowing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a journey and I feel like I'm only just getting started, but it's nice to have the support, even to be invited here by you guys today. It shows me that like the brand and whatever the brand is, but that holistic nature of self-awareness, self-beauty, self-confidence, like clearly it resonates, So
Yeah.
it's really nice to be amongst women who are also, trying to brand in this world. So good for
Exactly,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you a little bit about Ace of Spades.
Sure.
So I know you've told us the story before. It's in one of our vlog episodes.
Is it? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to know a little bit about where the name came from. Maybe we can share it with everyone because I do like the story a lot.
Sure.
A lot. To a point where I actually told many friends about it.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. So tell us the story.
Sure. So I'll give like the high level version of it. So when I was, hi, mommy. She's so cute. She's like the biggest distraction. I can't help but love her.
I know. We let her just walk around.
I would too. So when I was sort of making the transition between my nursing career and, wanting to create a business, something of my own, and I was thinking about the name and I was like, what do I even call this? Because I didn't want to just be an injector that worked in a clinic or anything like that. Like, sure, I did for experience and whatnot, but I wanted something to be my own. And I was driving on the highway one day and I was going through this little bit of a traumatic experience that I had with how do I even say this? That I had the previous evening. And it was just like a little bit of a headspace I was in where I was feeling a little bit low. And I was like, you know what? Like, no one can tell me that I can't do it. And no one can tell me that I'm not enough. And all these thoughts were just going through my head. And I thought, like what's kind of prestigious? What's kind of luxurious? And then I started thinking about poker because I was playing poker the night before. And I was like, you know what? Ace of Spades, like premium card, premium way to own the deck, premium way to be who you are. You could either lose at a game of poker with it or you could win, but it matters about how you play it and what you do with it. And I kind of used that to build the brand. How you do it, what you do with it, but how it is that you go about it.
I love that. That is a powerful brand message. And I absolutely
you.
love how you came up with that.
Thank
and
you.
The story,
Thank
Ace of
you.
Spades Aesthetics.
How'd you guys come up with Bold by Collective? I always wonder.
So Bold X Collective.
Bold
So
X Collective, sorry.
we're bold when it comes to anything we do, marketing strategy, creative, everything we do, we always have a bold twist on it. We don't like mediocre.
I like that. Yeah, you
Bold
guys
is
definitely
everything
show that.
to us. And everyone that's ever worked here has been a part of the team is always bold.
Aw.
They have something unique about them. And then the X represents your X factor. Again, every single person here has an X factor. We have Amni, who is a strategist. He went to school for it. He's very, very experienced as luxury strategy. We have Tamar here, makeup, hair.
Oh, the best of the
art,
glam. Yes, the best
artist
of it.
as well. Her level of creativity is unlike anyone I've ever seen. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then, everybody here has an X factor. They have something unique about them. So that's the X.
Oh, my
And the
goodness.
collective, we're the collective. We work as a team on everything we do. Everything is about teamwork here.
Aw.
There's no one person can do it themselves. It's about being a team.
I love that. I
So
really
we're
love
Bold X
that.
Collective.
And Bold X Collective, you guys. An honor to be here with you.
Thanks for
Seriously.
asking.
Of course, yeah.
And we actually worked with Aliya. So
Yes.
we did her website development. We helped with some branding. And we also did a photo shoot.
Yes.
One of the most fun experiences we've had.
It was a really good time.
It
Really,
was
yeah,
so
you guys
much
have good.
Tamar did her makeup and hair.
Yes.
We went to the Mint Room Studios. Oh, it was
Exactly.
So much fun.
It was a really good time. I
Yeah.
can't tell you guys how much positive feedback I get from my website. I'm gonna be very honest. Like I look, around all the time how to innovate, how to build, but I'm really happy with the way you guys piece
I
it
love
together.
that. I love that.
Yeah, for all your marketing needs.
Thank you. I love to hear that. And what made it really exciting was hearing the story and also being able to meet you and see what you're like. So we wanted to create something sophisticated, something bold, because you also have that bold side to you. So that's kind of what we brought to life. There's a lot of mystery on the site.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
There really is.
I love
yeah.
it. Personally, one of my favorite websites I've
Oh,
done.
good.
And your
Yeah.
brand has a lot of meaning into it. That's why it's just like so gravitating towards, like, you know, the audiences and the viewers.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Knowing someone's brand story is what keeps us like really
Keeps us
excited on our
going.
toes.
Yeah.
And we're just, because we always want to dig deeper. Like we
Yeah.
never, sorry, Monkey really likes you. Like a lot. She's never done this during any
Wow.
podcast.
She's also bold. She is.
Oh, she is bold. She eats kibble like a champ. And she jumps everywhere. But yeah, so it's the brand stories that we love to
Yes.
hear. We love to hear what people are about and what motivated them to get into what they do.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
appreciate that.
And sometimes we resonate with those types of stories, like our clients, and that's why we get to create something big.
Oh my
exactly.
goodness. Absolutely,
Creativity is in our DNA. That's what I like to say.
That I have no doubt about.
We get the creativity from people like you, that have a story to tell. And no matter what size of business, small business, larger corporations, we work with them all, but we love to hear the story. We always want to know about your why.
Oh, I love that. I really
Yeah.
do. I appreciate you asking me that and giving me the opportunity to explain that.
Oh, no problem.
Everyone can get dealt a deck of hearts cards, right? Like, what are you going to do with that? Yeah, I really love that. Oh my
Exactly. Come on, Monkey. She is.
goodness. She's really cute. I'm going to have to take her home with me.
Oh my God, I know. So Aliya, I know that you actually just hosted your first
Yes.
event with female entrepreneurs.
Yes.
It looked amazing on social media. I wish I could have
was
been there, but
stalking.
we were not able to attend. But it looked amazing.
Thank you,
So
thank
what
you.
motivated you and made you want to do something like this?
So, kind of along what you guys were saying, you know, just sharing your brand and kind of inspiring others. I often get clients and, you know, knock on wood, a lot of them are new ones. And so they'll ask me, you know, how'd you get into this? How'd you do this, et cetera. And when I would kind of share, you know, like I just took the leap one day and went for it. A lot of them were like, wow, like, you know, like I do lashes at home, or I really want to go into nails. And I thought, maybe sometimes all someone needs is a little bit of a to get them going. You know what I mean? A little bit of a nudge.
It's true.
You know, and I remember there was this one client I had, she came to me, I think she wanted to do lashes or something. And I was trying to encourage her, you know, like get clients, market, we're sharing stories on, you know, or experiences on like how to get more clients, etc. And she started breaking down crying like in the middle of the treatment, and we had to stop. And, you know, when she settled, I was like, you know, like what's up? Like, what's on your mind? And she's like, I just feel so small. Like there's so many other girls that do this. Like what's going to make me stand out?
Oh, yeah.
And oh my God, my heart broke. I was like, your passion will do it. And so I took that and I took, you know, her experience. And so what I did was I just decided to create this event called Spade Connect, where it's just gathering a whole bunch of women entrepreneurs, little, big, small, not even started. We got all these vendors to apply, and we selected whoever we could to fit in the space. But they're all like more on the smaller scale, just to kind of inspire them, help share their stories, help inspire that growth. So that's what we did this weekend. We just brought them all together, and we gave them, you know, the understanding that, hey, you have a booth set up, you have products you're selling, you have some sort of service that you're offering, you are an entrepreneur. Yeah. Everyone's got to start somewhere. My first client was my mom, and holy crap, did I botch her lips, you know what I mean? But everyone's got to start somewhere. Yeah. So, you know, whatever aesthetic thing it might be, and we didn't have just people in beauty. Like we had a marketing team there, we wanted you guys there. We had people in real estate and all these other things. And so any niche you have, I think it all comes from the same foundation and base as to how you go about it, right? How you market, how you sell your story, but really how you authentically go about, you know, broadcasting that and sharing that. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that you did something so big. And it's obviously it's new. You just started it, but I can see it growing so much because the female entrepreneur space is massive.
Right.
There are so many women that start their own businesses, but they don't know where to start.
Right.
I mean, we work with a lot of them. We've worked with several within the last several years of BOLD, but there are a lot of women that need that boost, and they need, you know, some assistance and a way to network. And going to these networking events, not only is it good practice for you to kind of talk to people, interact with people, get them to know your brand, it's also a way for you to connect with like-minded people.
Yes.
And obviously get referrals in the future and just build a community. There's nothing like community. And like you said, authentically.
Right?
Yeah.
Community
you get a
is
chance to be
everything.
authentic.
Yeah. And like, how does it make you feel when you're touching, like, you're connecting with these
Oh my
women
gosh.
and like you're touching with them and then you're seeing them thrive and like putting so much work into their business? How does that make you feel?
Honestly, like, oh, look, I'm getting goosebumps.
Love it.
I'm really glad that you asked that question. We were planning Sweet Connect for quite a few months, and the whole time, even though that was the point of the idea, the concept of the whole thing, what it ended up turning into was me just stressing about executing it and all these things and making sure it goes perfectly and making sure that everyone gets the most out of it. So I didn't have time to really take in, the fruitfulness that would come afterwards. So once it did end, I didn't know this, but all the vendors got together and they got me like a little gift. They all like signed a few cards.
That's so sweet.
Oh my God. I'm going to start crying.
Oh,
Yeah, it was, sorry.
that's okay.
I got home and I like opened the cards and reading some of the messages, like one of them was like, you make me believe I can do it. And like, yeah.
That's so sweet. It's okay. Oh my gosh.
It was,
Should I get you a tissue?
No, I'm okay. It's okay. It's just makeup.
Oh my God, we made you cry during the vlog and not on the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. But
It
no,
was
that's
really
so
rewarding.
sweet. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to support each other. Like
really
we need that
is.
more than ever in 2024.
Right?
It's so important. I'm glad that you're a
Yeah.
part of something like that. And
Pardon
we
me.
can't wait to join you for the next one.
she's going to
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That's so Oh,
I think
Maybe-
like doing what we do, like even you guys, but like I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure like it like not even like a self-doubt thing, but like sometimes you're just going and going and going. Like sometimes you feel like, like you need that little bit of a little bit of a pat on the back. And so like this was that, like if they're inspired, that means I have what it takes. So there's no reason I should be making any excuses for myself,
For
we
sure,
can
for
all
sure.
do it. My brother says this to me all the time. There's room for all of us in this universe. Period.
There is. Honestly,
Period.
find your X factor.
Yes.
Tell a story, be
Yeah.
authentic, and leverage that to grow your business and build your brand. Personal branding is in 2024. Use that and use your personal brand to grow your actual business.
Be authentic.
Yeah, my partner and I do that all the time. Amni, you've met him.
Yes.
You know him. Amni, he's always showcasing who he is. He's unapologetically himself all the time. And I feel like that is how you have to be all the time.
I
If you're
agree.
passionate about something, be able to communicate that. Don't hold back. Gary Vee does it all the time.
Oh my
we
gosh,
see him do
yes.
it all the time.
Yeah.
He has no problem swearing on the mic. He has no problem telling you how it is or what his beliefs are, what he feels about things. So I think it's really important to be yourself.
Yes.
Be
Just be yourself. That's it.
Absolutely.
And if you want to start something, start it. Like just start it. Like it doesn't have to be good. You just have to start it and then just keep going, build that momentum. And with time, you're gonna get better. Whatever you're doing is gonna get better, and eventually you'll hit a point in life and you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, wow, I did that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
absolutely. Just have like the courage and ability to open
Yeah.
these doors. Open them all. You might not walk through them all. You don't know what sits behind, but open them all. You never
Yeah.
know what'll,
It's true.
you got to take the
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah, and my mom always tells me, and she's always like, Tamar, like, don't worry about anything. Just keep doing you. Keep posting whatever you want to post. Who cares?
I love
Like,
that.
Even the vlogs, I started doing like
I was-
vlogs.
Well, as soon as I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I watched it. It was great. I was like, I need to do this.
I love
Right now,
it.
I'm at a point where like I just don't care what people think.
You
I'm just
shouldn't.
gonna do
Yeah,
whatever.
you don't care what people think
Yeah.
because then you're never gonna end up putting out that post or networking with that person or showcasing yourself without a filter. Like sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there and
do
just
it.
don't give a shit about how you look. You just do it.
100%. I think
That's
people
it.
feed into what's relatable, right? I do. I don't know about you guys, right? Like, yeah, 100%.
And that's why TikTok is booming in
Oh, yeah.
2024 because that is an authentic app.
Yes.
Obviously, there's some inauthenticity there, but most of the time, I come across stories and real people, real things that they're dealing with, and I love it. And that's why I believe it's the fastest growing app, because there's such an opportunity there to connect with people and just, again, be authentic.
Absolutely. You know what? I love that you guys are sharing this because I personally am so intimidated by TikTok. I think I started a TikTok page not too long ago, and I am so inconsistent on it. It's actually so bad because as soon as I go on, and this is awful, right? I see other injectors, I see this, and I'm like, oh, my quality content isn't that good, or I don't have time just yet, or I'll make something good to post tomorrow. Okay, I got busy. Okay, I will the next day. And then you go through, and then all of a sudden you've even forgotten the content you've taken, right? It's just, you got to be on it. You can't be afraid of it. Just got to get out there and do it.
Again, find your X factor and find that thing that makes you different and just do it. Sometimes, the quality may not always be the best. I mean, everyone shot quality that isn't the best. I think we can all agree, but that's okay. It's okay. As long as you start somewhere and you're consistent and you just show your face all the time.
Yes.
What you do, your brand, you're still doing something.
Yeah, it's true.
You're still doing something about it. So.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched the Rissa Tessa?
Yes.
Have
The
you
story.
watched it on TikTok? The
No,
story?
I haven't. I haven't finished
So she
it.
basically made 51 parts of a series on TikTok explaining her ex-husband, why she divorced her ex-husband.
Right.
And she blew up.
Yeah.
She blew up.
a lot about
The
it.
storytelling.
51 parts. Each part was about 10 minutes.
Wow.
And the fact that people tuned in and
Wow.
watched everything. And the quality, it was just her face telling
I
the
did see
story.
that. Yeah.
That's it.
I you know what? Again, realism, right? The raw truth of what her
She was
trauma is.
authentic. She
Yeah.
was authentic about it. And then also the way she told the story was very intriguing. And she would always end with a hook.
Yes.
And you were like, I need to watch the next
Yes.
one.
Oh, yeah.
She would start with the hook. She would end with a hook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And just, her content, it was just very intriguing, beginning to end. Storytelling is massive, and people love to see that. So
It's true.
that's part of the reason why she did so well.
I need to go home and watch her stuff.
When I'm cleaning, I put her on. And I think of it as a podcast.
That's
and I
good.
just keep listening to her and I clean her I cook.
That's good. And then it inspires you on how to go about things.
Exactly.
Right?
And
Yeah.
people like that. People like the reason why podcasts are doing so well right now. Obviously, people want to hear real stories, authenticity.
yeah.
But people, a stat says that they love to put it on and go do housework and things while they're listening to it. So
for
that's
sure.
another reason why podcasts perform so well, because you just leave it on and you go do whatever you want. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts and I'll be cleaning or something,
Right.
or cooking a meal, doing meal prep or something.
Yeah,
But everyone likes that. That's why podcasts and storytelling,
100%.
like her videos, are doing so well.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her for, putting her story out there the way that
Yeah.
she did. I need to hear the entirety of it. But
Yeah.
yes, that's it. When I clean tonight, that's what I'm listening to.
It's a marketing lesson. It's literally a marketing lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything to branch out and, again, be different, right?
Exactly. A differentiating factor. So when are you thinking of doing your next event?
So we actually, I can't believe this. I'm so grateful. During the event, we had a few news broadcasters reach out, and they really want us to throw another event. But I think we're looking to keep it a little bit on the more exclusive side now. So I think we're going to make it a once or twice a year thing. But we're planning our next one, and it's going to be Spade Connect Miami. So yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
I know.
That's exciting.
Right?
Wow.
Goosies, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you going to be having businesses from Canada and from the U.S.?
So I think we're going to do a little bit of both. We're going to see who's
Okay.
willing to come out to Miami, but we've got a few vendors in Miami that are now setting up shop in their local South Beach area. So we're going to see if we can get them together and sort
That's
of
amazing.
hang on to a more beauty beauty perspective on this one, people under that kind of niche. So
Yeah.
I'm really nervous about it, but I think it's going to be really great. I mean,
That's amazing.
women supporting women. I love it. I love
I
every
love
bit
it.
of
We
it.
should do one here at Bold one day. We've been talking about it, but we've never done it.
You
So
definitely
one
should.
day maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah, one of these days.
Women empower women, because I feel like we can all relate. We're all in a man's world, and not to make it a gender he versus she thing by any means, but we're already at a bit of a disadvantage. And then when you are that woman stepping in, and there's just so many other women that are leaders, they can sometimes come across as intimidating. So just immediately stops you from taking that initiative to really go and be something. So why not just grow together?
Exactly. Grow together. Let's all thrive
Yeah.
and build a strong community of female entrepreneurs together.
Love it.
Support each other.
Absolutely.
In any way we can.
Absolutely. Hence why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I love that. I love that you guys do that, honestly. It's really nice. When I watched your last episode with the lawyer, oh my goodness, the whole time I was just like, wow. like, I want to be like her. And
we love her. She's someone that was a mentor to me since I was really young, since I was in my teens.
Wow.
So I used to work for her.
Oh my gosh, yes, okay, I think you were telling me about her way before.
Yeah.
So I used to work for her, and she was a mentor for me. She taught me so much about business. She taught me a lot about hustle. She pushed me so much.
Oh my
I hated her sometimes, but out of love, because she was always pushing me. But she made me better.
Of course.
And she showed me how to talk to people, how to communicate better.
Wow.
And she's very well spoken. I'm sure you saw that in the podcast. Extremely well spoken, very blunt. She taught me that, because I was always so quiet. I was like, I don't think I'm going to say this to the person. But now I just tell them how it is. Like, I'm very transparent with people.
That's really
Thanks
good.
to her. But she was
Wow.
an amazing mentor. And I think everyone should have a mentor.
Do you want to
when
mentor
it
me?
comes to we can all help each other. But I think it's really important to have a mentor, somebody that can help you and can teach you.
Absolutely.
And we've tried to do that a lot here at Bold. Like, we've had co-op students, interns. I had people reach out to me to teach them things and help them out. And sometimes
nice.
if we can, just come in and we'll teach you how to do some things.
Wow.
Obviously it takes up time. We know that. It takes
it
up
does.
time.
It does.
But at the end of the day, you are valuing that person. Like, we had a co-op student just here. She left late 'cause she wanted to listen to this. But
Oh,
so
that's
it's always nice to help people to guide them a little bit, because they don't know what they want to do. You're so young when you have to figure it out. You're only in high school.
Right.
And you're like, I have to pick a niche now. Like, I have to go to college and spend this much money, and I need to know what I need to be. Like,
Time,
it's tough.
money.
It's tough. Yeah. Like, I went to school for so many different things.
Did you?
Yeah, because I didn't know what I wanted to
Oh,
do.
same.
Yeah.
I switched so many different programs.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, like,
We all
I
have,
feel
yeah.
like you do so much, and you're just like, I need some help. And that's
Absolutely.
where mentors come in. So someone like Leslie, the lawyer, she was extremely helpful. And I think
really
everyone should
glad
have
you
a
have-
mentor.
Yeah.
Everybody should have one.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. That sort of terms of leadership, that finesse, that, guidance and support and the kick to go and go and be that, you know what I mean? So absolutely. I'm really glad you had that with her.
So I used to work for this company, and every Friday we would write down something that upset us from the week, and we would throw it in this acid. It wasn't legit acid, but it was this thing where it kind of breaks the paper down and it dissolves. It would just dissolve away.
Wow.
So it was to get rid of your negativity and whatever pain you felt during the week. You just throw it in there and it's gone.
Wow.
It was so interesting, but
I love
sometimes
that.
you just need to do something like that rather than talking about it, because the universe, and I don't know if you guys are big believers on affirmations and
Huge.
things.
Affirmations,
Okay. Me
numerology,
too.
manifestations, the whole shebang.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
So it's important to be very cautious of what you say.
Yes.
If you keep saying negative things all the time, you're going to attract that into your life. But if you
100%.
continue being positive, believing in yourself, and just being good to people, you get that energy back.
It's true.
Yeah.
And again, find hobbies, things to do to let that, I don't want to say anger, but let that negative thoughts out. For me, I go to hot yoga, or I go to the gym to lift, and that kind of eases my mind into thinking better and thinking more
Good.
positively.
Having that outlet to just sort of find that moment of clarity.
Yeah.
I'm big on yoga too. It's I tell everyone this: if I don't do yoga today, I'm cranky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just to kind of reset your chakras, just to kind of, I do this really weird thing where when I get really intense, or if I'm having a little bit of anxiety over something, even if a client's running late, I get so upset sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll just completely flat on my back on the ground, wherever I am, in whatever I'm wearing, and just breathe for 2 minutes. I swear to God, I get up a brand new person.
Feels so
That's
good.
amazing.
Just purging all of that out, leaving it in the ground, and then getting back up like a new flower. You know what I
Feels
mean?
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathing exercises are important.
Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I
you do
agree.
yoga every day.
I try to in the mornings.
That's
That's a
amazing.
little bit of my routine. I really want to go to the gym, but it's what fat dissolving's for.
Fat dissolving injections with Aliya.
I'll say it how it is. It's fine.
Anyone who doesn't
Getting taxed right now.
You know what? Some people are like, bullshit. There's no way you don't, that's not, because I eat horribly sometimes. I have to be honest. It's because when you're in business, you're always so go, go, go. And,
It's true.
People say, time is no excuse, this and that. And yes and no, there has to be a balance. But sometimes when you're starting out, it really is like that. You have no time to eat, drink, think, even use a bathroom.
It's
sometimes.
true. It's true. When Amni and I first started our business, we didn't go to the gym. We didn't do anything. We were working 24/7.
I believe it.
Morning, wake up, get to work.
Yep.
We went to sleep working.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
nonstop work. And then we finally have gotten to that point where we don't need to work 24/7.
Good.
We can actually take breaks. We can focus on working out,
Yeah.
going to the gym and stuff. But everyone goes through that phase.
For sure.
If anyone who tells me they don't, I don't believe them.
believe
I think they're full
agree.
of
It means
shit.
you're not putting enough work if that is the case, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because entrepreneurship's not easy. You know, I see these posts sometimes on TikTok where these kids are like, this is how I became an entrepreneur. And like, there's been certain situations where they have come to us and they've been like, hey, can you help us with marketing? And then like, I'll go log into the back and I'll look at their website, their analytics. They get barely any website visitors, barely any sales. So there is a lot of fake it till you make it when it comes to your digital presence online.
For sure.
Not everyone actually, like some of it's just a lie.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I feel like people that are really entrepreneurial and have actually experienced it, they can confidently say that it's a lot of hustle, a lot of consistency, a
Absolutely.
lot of grind. And yeah.
Right? I don't know about you guys, but even if I'm off, I'm constantly thinking about
thinking,
Ace.
right? You're always
Constantly.
Me
Like
too.
sometimes like my friends will like literally poke me in the head and be like, turn off, you know? Like,
I know.
It's so tough, but it's nice because it like burns that passion inside of you. It fuels you, you know?
Yeah.
I almost feel like I don't like need the things that I thought I once needed anymore, other than yoga. I really need that.
I completely agree with you. And I'm very selective as well about where I go and how often I go out.
Right.
Just because there's situations where I'm like, I just want to focus on work. I
Yes.
want to focus on business, like value your time. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, you really have to value every hour of the day, in my opinion. I'm
Absolutely.
very strategic about where I put my time in, who I spend it with, and things like that, just because you have to be a little bit selfish when you run your own
100%.
business. That's the only way
Set your
you're
own
gonna
boundaries,
grow.
set your limit,
Yeah.
understand how to time manage, but make sure that you still have that essence of quality of life and time for yourself.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Don't neglect yourself ever.
Yes. Here we are trying to help other three people thrive, and we're like sinking in the background.
I know, no. It's important to
Yes.
take care of yourself. How
Absolutely.
big is self-care to you?
So important. For me, it's like an 80-20 rule. I think you have to be like really, really, really happy and just at a sense of peace in order to succeed at anything. If you're holding on to negative energy, or if you're upset about something, or if you have things on your mind, of course everyone has stresses. But what I like to do is called compartmentalize. Like I know if I'm worried about something, okay, I'm gonna lock it in a box in my head, give it to one of my 12 councilmen up there, and at 7 p.m. tonight we'll bring it out and we'll talk about it. But up until then, like self-care, now it's time for yoga, or now it's time to get your nails done and really like unplug, whatever that may be, as silly as it may be. Like for example, I've been walking around with a chipped nail for a week, and like it's not that it was bothering me that I had a chipped nail, but I had the event, I had this today, and I'm just like, this is not how you want to present yourself with a broken nail. You got to make time and go. So I literally, in my pajamas, went to get my nails done, changed in the bathroom to come here. But like that's the only time I had to really do it. You know what I mean? So, but like that self-care time when I was getting them done, I was like, okay, I'm not going to think about anything else. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to decompress. Just going to watch the television for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go get back into it. So I think like self-care is so important. If I hadn't done that, if I was on the phone, if I was answering inquiries, this and that, I would have come here and been even more flustered. You know what I mean?
I know. Self-care is important. It's important to take that time, ground yourself, and just
Absolutely.
focus on yourself, like your skin, your hair, everything, your nails.
Right?
All of it. What do you do for self-care?
Me for self-care, again, hot yoga, gym. Now I'm going to start doing like reformer Pilates.
So exciting.
Like doing physical things for me is more of my self-care moments, because most of the time I'm like doing, makeup, or like I'm sitting doing art, and I kind of want to like, drift away from that and like find my own hobbies.
I love that.
And that's like kind of my self-care. So again, gym, Pilates, and I also like to bake in the morning. Like sometimes on the weekends, like Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings, I go to like Fortino's, I get all my ingredients, I come back and I just like make cookies, bake cake, whatever. And that time I don't think about anything else, and I'm just like in the moment listening to music or like a podcast, and
I love that. That's
Love
really
it.
nice.
The
Whatever
best
brings
form
you
of
that
self-care.
peace.
Yeah.
literally unplug.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't like to think about anything, because I find my mind is always racing.
Oh, yes.
Like even when I'm like talking to other people, I'm always like thinking
Yes.
of like, oh, this is gonna happen or that's gonna happen, But sometimes
I know.
Yeah, you do. You
Stop.
do.
Absolutely. I feel like it's like your gears are just always
Right?
turning. And when you
Yeah.
tell them to slow down, that's when they're juicing up.
Right?
Yeah, always take time to smell the roses.
Yes.
That's it.
I agree. I agree 100% with you.
Yeah. Amazing, Aliya. It was so good to have you on this podcast.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
really
you.
nice to chat with like-minded people. And I'm sure there's so many more like-minded individuals out there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thank you so much for
Oh.
being a part of this. Guys, when Aliya's next event is coming, we will be announcing it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Thank
going to be
you.
amazing.
Thank you so much for having me here
Thank
on
you
it.
for
It's such
coming.
an honor to be sitting in the seat right now. I really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you for your inspiration and your constant, consistent marketing. It makes me push myself. So please keep it up.
I love that. I
You
love
guys
that.
are literally inspiring without even realizing it. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Aw.
It's,
That's so sweet, Aliya.
I mean it. I mean it. So thank you. And thank you,
you.
Monkey. For
And
having
Monkey loves you.
Yeah, I think you have to play with her for a little bit before you leave.
Absolutely.